Hey groupies, welcome back to Form Therapy. I am the video channel producer. This is the Culture Study, and you can call me PD. And today we're going to be checking out Insomnia 불면증 by EUIJIN. Now, first off, I believe this is a debut. I have not heard of this, but it was suggested to me by one of our viewers. They said that they are actually a member from UNB, which was the project group for the unit, at least for the male version anyways. So we're going to be checking this out. And before we get into it, of course, as always, if you like what we do on this channel and you'd like to support us, head on over to Patreon. Over at patreon.com/formatherapy, for as little as $2 a month, you get early access to reactions just like this. And at different tiers, we have live stage reactions, we have dance practices, we have J-pop reactions, we have variety show reactions, all that good stuff. So go ahead and check it out over there. But it's not mandatory. We still got free content like this on YouTube. So let's check out today's video. This is your form of therapy. Oh, I already like the vibe for this. It's like a very bright pop EDM. Feels a little bit angelic. Oh, there's some diversity to his voice too. Okay. Oh. Very dance-focused music video. I'm liking it so far. The lighting here is really good. I actually see throughout this music video, it has consistently very good lighting. Oh, this couple dancing portion was actually really good. Oh, that's cool. Were they having him actually blow out the smoke? Oh, it looks like it. Okay, I think he just had a sparkler in his mouth. He's putting like all sorts of dangerous stuff in his mouth, but well, visually it looks interesting. Oh, that is actually really cool and interesting. The girl from the couple dance actually joins him for the final portion of the song. And she takes center. I really like that. Okay, So, I actually want to rewatch this music video because there were some things about this music video that I actually liked, and there were some things I actually did not like. And there are some things where I could see why they did it, but I'm not sure if it was the right path, and sort of open up a discussion on the different things that they could have done to make this music video more appealing. Because I think from a production standpoint, especially in a competitive market like the K-pop market, I don't think this music video really fulfills its potential for what this song is and what the ideas for this music video really has. So let's go back and let's watch it again. Now, let's pause real quick. So I want you to take note of this. Overall, one of the most consistent things about this music video is that it has really great use of lighting. And if you look at this scene right here, they have two warm lights to light up the scene. It kind of makes it look a little bit more nostalgic, a little bit more emotional. But then they also have this cyan light off in the corner, hitting the wall at an angle. And because it's like such an offset light, it actually provides a pretty cool visual look to it. So I'm actually really digging their lighting setup so far, and please keep that in mind as we go forward, how they use their lights, okay? All right, real quick. So one of my biggest problems with this music video is the location of this area. So I think location is probably the weakest point of this music video. Why a parking garage? Why a random parking garage? I was watching the music video the first time. It was cutting between these scenes of like the storyline scenes in the bedroom and then him in this parking garage. And at first I was like, why do they keep showing him in the bedroom? And I was like, oh wait, it's called INSOMNIA. Okay, that makes sense. So then why is he in a garage? I know a lot of the time, a lot of these K-pop music videos don't make a lot of sense, but it's about trying to create a cohesion when there is none. I have to commend, yes, while the location I think is a bit of a odd pick, I do like actually how they lit the area. Again, lighting is their best suit. If you look at the pillars in the back, you've got LED light rods in the back. There's 4 in the back so far. I don't know if they continue towards the front. And then the lighting they had overhead, they actually, I feel like they installed it, or it was pre-installed there, and then they actually got control of it somehow. The lights, they actually travel back and forth. They turn off in a sequence and they turn on in a sequence. It's pretty damn cool. So they overall have a really good sense of lighting. It's a very visually appealing music video, but why a parking garage? Okay, can we just talk about this scene right here real quick? This frame and the frame right before this. Look at the lighting on this, the dramatic lighting. So what you're getting right now are the dramatic lights because they're really only shooting this guy with 2 lights. They've got one overhead soft light coming down on him, and that's what's creating this really dramatic look on his face. It's creating the raccoon eyes. It's creating the shadow right here, this shadow where he looks really dramatic, and you've got this one backlight, this cyan light again, and it's hitting him from the back. It's giving a color to this scene. The scene itself, it's very desaturated. There's not a lot of big popping colors besides maybe the couch cushions. So that cyan light is actually providing a lot of depth to that scene. So you've got the cyan light here in the background, again here. Now, one of the things I have to commend EUIJIN for is, I think the choreography is actually really beautiful. I love that they lifted him, and I love the stuff that's going to happen coming up as well. So the song itself, I feel like it's a very fun, bright pop EDM song. I really like it. So even the dance portions, it's actually shot really well. Even though it's in a parking garage, I'm actually really surprised by how well it's shot. All right, I love this part going forward. Now, First of all, let's pause it right there. Take a look at this scene. This scene is lit so well. So again, they, instead of going for a 3-point light setup, which is kind of like the standard base lighting setup, and those are the standard rules, but the thing about filmmaking is knowing the rules so that you can break them. They have a very dynamic lighting effect going on. So they've got one light up top at an angle here, and then they've got a backlight that's casting like a silhouette. But instead of being fully in a shadow, they've got this light over here, like a kick light, that's providing, again, like a horizontal diagonal light. So when they're lit, if you like take a look at this girl's face, the frame around her face right here and the hair, the ridge, it's a rim light right here, but then her face is dark. Same with him. The edge, the rim around his face is lit, but his face is dark. It's really cool. So you've got light on the rim right here. Let's say if I'm faced this way, there's light on the rim right here. This part's a shadow, and then light right here. So it's like a shadow trap between two light sources. So that's really cool. And this, again, this is so well shot and well lit. Now, I think actually the one thing they could have done to kind of accentuate it. So I feel like they kind of dropped the ball. They kind of made a mistake. The lighting is really well done. But again, the cohesion, the direction of this music video is something I have a problem with. The garage just seems so out of place, or this underground construction building, whatever it is. It's just doesn't fit with this aesthetic that they have set within his home bedroom and the library inside his living room. One thing they could have done, and I just recently reacted to Monsta X and French Montana's Who Do You Love? They shot French Montana's scene separately from Monsta X, and I did a whole breakdown on why they did such a great job on melding those two scenes together, even though they were shot differently and shot in different places. One of the things that made it work was that they kept a consistent color palette throughout the music video, and even in the lighting. They had intense lighting of like an intense cyan and an intense magenta purple lighting, and they kept it throughout all the different scenes. So it looked like French Montana's scenes were the same as Monsta X's, even though they were shot in completely different locations. And that's the thing here. The lighting is what bothers me. The lighting is so good, it is way too apparent of a change when the lighting changes. So in this scene, they're using only white lights, whereas in the scene in his bedroom, they're using warm lights and a cyan light. So that's also a weird thing. They're using a white light right here. They're going for a soft white light, whereas in the bedroom, they use a mix of soft whites, warm lights, and a cyan color light. So the lighting, while it's well lit, the coloring is not consistent. And I pointed out in music videos a lot, color theory and color design is really important in a music video, and I think that is one of the pitfalls of this music video. Music video in general is partly desaturated, and that's fine. He's going for a sadder tone, but even still, the music video is not pure black and white. We can still see some form of color, and I feel like because they were on a budget, I feel like this music video was shot on a budget. They didn't have an art director to sort of figure that out. That's not really the director's job. That's really more the art director's job or someone in the art department. But when you're on a smaller budget, you kind of don't have a choice. So that is something that the director should have picked up. See, even this scene right here, this scene he's indoors, that was a mix of a soft white and a cyan. See, they mixed the lighting there. You didn't know where he was really, but why didn't they keep it consistent? I feel like we rarely get like very pure, blissful boy group pop. I mean, he's not a group idol, he's a soloist, but I don't know. There are very few groups that actually do this. I feel like maybe Astro is well known for this kind of style, so it's kind of nice to hear someone else doing it as well. That was good. They used the transition of like having B-roll of like sparks flying to then transition into him with the sparklers. Okay, this is so cool. It's so cool that they bring the female dancer back and she's kind of leading all the male dancers in the front. That's so cool. I've seen music videos where in the middle they randomly couple off and then that couple partner disappears. but she comes back and then she leads the charge. That's so cool. All right, now before we continue, I just want to point out, looking at this last shot of EUIJIN's music video, he's on his knees. It's like very desaturated, borderline grayscale, and again, devoid of color. Now, one could make an argument that the main dance scene is like sort of black and white because it's sort of representing his insomnia. That may be well and fine, but it still does not create a cohesive look for the music video. The music video, just in general, when you're filmmaking, yes, you were going for a cooler concept in mind, but when you look at it, it's not appealing, it's not appeasing, it's incoherent, it's jarring. I think one thing they could have done while still saving money is, instead of shooting in this big warehouse or underground parking lot, whatever this is, instead of shooting here, to keep with a consistent color palette, they should have just shot in maybe one location, one closed off location, and then black out the entire environment, like black walls, so it looks like a black void. In the middle set, create a bedroom set. Make it very much look like a set, make it look fake. Put the soft light that they've had the entire time in some of the scenes, put it above so that it has a nice soft lighting above them. Film the bedroom scenes there, and then also film the dance scenes there, and then arrange different lighting. And because it looks like a more obvious made up set, it could have sort of like that vibe, like it's almost like a play. I'm not saying make a play, but you've seen some music videos where they're in such obvious fake sets, it looks like it's more like an artistic piece. So if you're going for the style of, oh, I want to express struggles with insomnia, not being able to sleep because of her, don't show that through color because it messes up, you know, the consistency of the visual medium. Show that through something else or a different way. And honestly, if you're going to be insistent about it, I feel like one thing that could have also worked was if those dance scenes were actually grayscale or black and white, and let's say they had all this different lighting, maybe at the end you go for like not necessarily a Pleasantville effect, but color slowly starts to bleed in, and then by the end dance set the color palette matches with the rest of the music video. Then it looks like, oh, like the insomnia is sort of like ebbing and flowing, you know? Black and white is when he is sort of suffering, and the color is like when he's like really awake and alive. Like, I feel like that would have been a great approach to that. This, it just feels like inconsistent lighting. But regardless, I still like the music video. Like I said, I think it's really well shot. I think the choreo is really awesome. I really like what they did with that female dancer, and I really like the song. I'm actually surprised. I am not familiar with EUIJIN, but this song, it's very fun. I like it. So in conclusion, I think it's a good song, but I don't think it's a solid debut. I don't think the management and handling of it sets it up as a debut. Maybe it's not a debut. The person who suggested this to me said it was a debut, but regardless, it still doesn't feel like it has an identity. It just feels like a generic music video with a generic concept, just done at a higher production value. Like, what is his style? What is that thing that he's trying to go for, you know? I just feel like while he himself is talented, he's a good singer, he's got great charisma, he's a good dancer, the direction of his management team is not really sold here. They don't really have a vision for him. So that is one of the things that did not stick with me. But overall, I do like it. Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of the Culture Study. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hey, if you want to support us, consider visiting us at patreon.com/formatherapy. For as little as $2 a month, you get early access to reaction videos just like this and more in the future. We also have live stage reactions, J-pop reactions, and etc. So go ahead and check that out. However, supporting us monetarily is not mandatory. If you'd like, go ahead and just click like down below. Helps us out with YouTube's search algorithm. Go ahead and click subscribe over here. Be notified when we upload a new video, and go ahead and check out all our other videos over here.